Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Amused Jester. My name is Junior. Today we're going to take a look at three Star Wars 3.75, one from Ahsoka Tano, one from Jedi Survivor, Kestis, and the other one is just the Clone Wars Mandolorian Super Commando. Now these three, I am not particularly looking for these figures, so I don't know how much I paid for them, but since they're not like characters that I really wanted in my collection, just kind of like a space filler, I would assume that I paid for these as a deal or a discount, so probably around $8. So and I bought this probably a month ago. It's just been in my stack of boxes that I needed to open up and just show you guys what I got. So I think this one I already have, but it's a Mandalorian Super Commando, so you can have multiples of him. And I think this is gonna be reissued. Did I? Oh, so I got this one recently, and this one too. This one I got a long time ago. I got this one because I wanted to turn him into an Imperial officer. But let me go and open it up, and we'll talk some more. All right, so let's look at the Super Commando first, or Mandalorian Commando. So really nice features. I'm still impressed that at the 3.75 line we're getting battle damage paint scuffs on these figures. I mean, I just I just can't get over the fact that they're 3.75. I would expect this kind of paint detail on a black series, but not on a 3.75. And I really do appreciate that, especially since most of my collections at the 6-inch line was in the Marvel Legends collection. Rarely on the Star Wars did I get to review this kind of stuff. I think this is removable. Yes, nice big peg over there. And you still get a wash or paint scuffs over here, even though, as you can see, it's painted. I mean, blocked by the backpack. And there's some holes in here that you can, I guess, put in those blast effects if you want to. Yes, articulation goes up. The head goes up like so. Down like so. Side to side. All around. Oop. So this thing is actually part of the whole chest piece here. Or no, not chest piece, but like this piece is in this shoulder armor, and that's where it's connected. So you can still get a good out for the shoulder. I mean, like maybe that's all you kind of need, right? For if he's like zipping up, zoop. I think that's good enough. Bicep, elbow swivel, 90, more than 90 degrees on the elbow as well. So that's pretty good. Every time you achieve that on an elbow, on a 3.75, I'm very impressed. The elbow, wrist. Jeez Louise, what's going on with my language? The wrist articulation goes up and down, so that's good for holding weapons. And then a swivel. And then for the ball joint, again here on the bottom lower part of the rib cage, goes all around. And is there any waist? There is a waist swivel. That's kind of amazing. You don't really need it because you already have this, but wow, amazing. So no drop down on the joint from the hip to the leg, but it looks like this is a tier 1 figure, meaning that you can just kick up straight out like this without having to twist the leg. It has a thigh cut and a single joint on the knee that gets you at 90. I'm going to say that's 90. The ankle goes down that far, very far as I'm concerned, and good enough for the up. And this is, like I said, a tier 1 figure, so it also contains an ankle rocker. Awesome. Awesome figure. And so it comes with a blaster, which is just bare plastic, no paint, and that's fine for me. It's 3.75. I can't really expect any kind of paint application on that one. Even the detail is pretty shallow, but that's okay. I mean, I'm amazed. Especially, I'm pretty sure I got this for like maybe $8. That for such a low price of $8, you get a fully painted figure, excellent articulation, and 4 accessories, because the backpack, 2 guns, and then the rifle. Now, yes, the weapons, as you can see, is gummy and rubbery, and that's fine for me. This thing is so small, I fear that it's gonna snap. But this thing, it's just, now that I look at it, man, this is a good army builder for a Mandalorian commando, right? Yeah, I think so. This value 12, no, I would say even 13 for the price. Let me just check on the price again, because I'm really tempted to get more of this, but let's see. So I did get this for $8.50. The funny thing is, it's no longer on sale. Well, let me just put it this way. The current price for this one is $16.99. So it's no longer on sale, and it's now at regular prices. I think even then at $8.55, I probably would not have army build this one. Just in the past I probably would have, because it's a tier 1 right now, level 2 character.
This is the Bakani household, 714-530-1250. Leave a message for the time you called. Thank you. Bye.
Right now, I consider this as a definitely tier 1 and probably level 2 character, only because the attraction to army build it, maybe even a level 1. That's why the value is high for me, in terms of, because my base price on this one is at $8.35. I would like to, no, I'm not going to, because it's $8.35 is still pretty high. Only because I'm trying to watch my budget for the few coming months. But any other time, I probably would have pursued this, like maybe 10 of these for $8.35. But as for right now, it's okay. But let's say value 14. If I had the budget at this moment, then I would have bought maybe a few more. I have 2 now, so I probably would have bought just 8 more. That would have been fine. So that's it for the Super Commando Mandalorian. So let's look at Cal Kestis in Imperial form. Here he is. So I bought this one with the intention of, where's his gun? Right here. Let me double check. And that's why I try not to throw my blister pack immediately. So nice paint job over here. Even this part right here, silver. Yeah, amazing. And I don't expect a lot of blemishes on the white uniform, because it's an Imperial, so I wouldn't expect it to be dirty. Again, the gun, so small, it doesn't have any paint, and I'm okay with that. It still has the detail, although it's kind of shallow, but it's such a small piece. You can see it in my fingernail here, my finger. Here's the unlighted blade. Still even has a little bit of paint over here. And then the lightsaber as one piece, so thank goodness it's not gonna come off, and I'm okay with that. I really wish they would do this in the Black Series, where they would just like put it all in one piece, because mine keeps snapping on that small peg, and then give us an unlit lightsaber. It's just such small plastic. They can afford it. Here's the droid that comes with it. I have no background information on this guy. It is on a ball joint though, this neck thing, so that's pretty cool. And paint application. Actually, this paint. Okay, so it is just solid blue, but there's just some sculpt going on in there that's making it. Oh, look at that! It's even got articulation on the legs, forward and back. Yeah, it's. I mean, like comes off easily, but yeah, sure, why not? That's cool. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, let me just holster his weapon. Nice. And so I bought this guy just as a random Imperial, just to add to the ranks of my Imperial guy. I know the face, even though I don't know this person. Look, they even have the scar on his nose and on the cheeks. Even though I don't know this character, I haven't played a game or anything. Where do I clip this lightsaber on? I don't see anything. As I was saying, even though I don't know this character or anything in the background, I am now quite familiar with his face. So every time I see it, I know it's Cal Kestis at this point. So that's so funny. There's no way to clip the lightsaber on. Articulation wise, before we look at the figure, the portrait, that much for the up on the head, that much for the down, very, very little. A little bit to the side over here, but you do have the Exorcist twist. Shoulder goes up by that much, and swivel on the elbow with a turn that at 90. The wrist does twist, and it has an up and down motion. Yes. And then you have a waist cut that's on a ball joint, so you can do him like that. Yes. Forward. I forgot to do the forward on the Mandolorian a little bit. That's good. A little bit. That's good, I guess. That's funny. When I was doing the articulation on the Black series, none of them have any kind of movement forward, and yet this one has it. I mean, even though it's slight, there's a cut on the uniform, so you can go ahead and still do that. That's pretty cool, considering how thick this rubber uniform is. He's still able to hold it, and this is a tier 1 figure. The knee goes slightly below 90. Does have a twist, and I forgot to do that on the Mandalorian Super Commando. The ankle goes down all the way that you need, and good enough for the ankle up. And as I said, it's a tier 1 figure, so it's got ankle rocker as well. This is a level 3 character for me, because I don't really follow the game, but I do want Imperial. I do want figures in Imperial clothing just to ramp up my Imperial guys. So let's go ahead and do a close-up on the face. So this is one of those paint printing technology. It's minimal, because I mean, how much more detail can you put in such a small thing on the eyes, right? Because look, here's my fingernail, and that's how small the eye is. Now, what's really impressive, as I mentioned earlier, they actually do include the scar on the nose and the scar on the chin, because in the Black series, I do have a Black series on this one, which is kind of weird. I couldn't tell if I know that the one, it had the scar here, and I could tell that was a scar, but there was another one here on the eyebrow that I wasn't sure of if it was a scar or just paint blemish. So now I can see that there's a scar for sure here, and that was probably a scar as well. What's impressive is the beard, or the 5 o'clock shadow. Look at that. Look at that. 3.75, guys. Here's my fingernail again in reference. you have a shadow and a more pronounced beard forming. It's amazing. The thing is, for something this small, when it's on my shelf, I'm never gonna notice that, or I'll notice it and I'll wonder if it's there or not, if it's a mistake or not. And yet, that's just amazing. Again, $8.73, value at 12. Honestly, maybe even 13. Like if this was still on sale, and I don't think it is, I would buy it just for the body and then try to customize the head and then fill out my Imperial ranks. So it might even be a 13. I just right now my budget. I'm just still watching my budget though. So yeah, so really good. And as you can see, and then of course you'll get, if I'm just buying it as an officer, then I'll have all these lightsabers that I can put on random Jedis. Plus, I'm impressed by the fact that this droid actually has that much articulation. That's crazy. Anyway, let's go on to Ahsoka, and we'll start off with her head because we already are in a close-up. And dang, I mean, I mean, not even that's like half of a fingernail. This, and you're honestly, I guess you can, if you really, really want to be nitpicky and or even appreciate the work that they did on this face printing, you can go on a microscope and really blow up this eyes to see if they did it right. Because I'm like, this is already as close up as I can get on my camera, and enough of the details are there for me to say they did a great job. The eyelids, the edge of the eyelids are painted black. You can see the eyes in there. I don't know how much detail they put on the actual iris, or if it's just a straight blob of blue. I don't know, but like it even has a dark lipstick, and the tribal markings that she has is very nice and crisp on the face, even on whatever this thing is that's around her. And you have this paint application 3.75. I mean, let me pull a Marvel Legends out. Look at how many paint applications in here. Can you tell? One here, 2, 3, 4, and then the face. Now compare that with a Star Wars 3.75 vintage. So this is bare plastic. You have one here, 2. Look at this braid. 2 and 3, the white and the yellow, the gold, the silver, the gray. The bare plastic has to be this tan color, the light gray, this kind of silvery hand thing. This is just freaking amazing for 3.75 figure. Why are people not supporting 3.75 more? I think the reason why people don't support 3.75, let me just zoom out really quick. Okay, I think the reason why people don't support 3.75 is because they don't know. They don't know how good this line is. I didn't. I'm still thinking of Power of the Force, were barrel chested, a line of black in the eye, in the eyelid with a dot of black. You know what I mean? I'm still thinking of that. I'm not thinking of this kind of articulation. Look at that. I'm not thinking of this kind of articulation at all. Look at that. That's a single joint. I know it breaks the sculpt, but come on. At this point, when you're doing articulation like that, you're kind of having to bypass the break in the sculpt and just think of the movement that it's capable of. Because if you want to retain the sculpt, you can kind of pose it so you don't see it, or just put it in a neutral stance, because that's the only way. This is just amazing for the scale. And again, okay, base price $835. Different. My value is going to be different from if you had bought this at the regular price of $17 now. You know, the base price at of 10 equal to 835. My value for this one is 12, maybe even 13. I'm so impressed by the amount of paint that they put in such a small figure. Yes, so I think it's barely any kind of paint because it's so small, but still you still have to do the printing. So I don't know how much labor that puts in, because of course that's going to be all by robots or factory robots. So I don't know. But I do know is I'm severely impressed by what you're getting in this one. If I had paid $16 or $17 for this one, this is a figure that I don't want. No, I don't necessarily need my collection. This is a tier 1 figure with a level 2, maybe even a level 3 character, because I already have her in her other clothing. So I guess ultimately, if I had a choice, I would have picked her and then never bought the other ones. So this is a level 3 for me because I already have an Ahsoka Tano. But man, from a distance, I'm looking at this a foot away in my natural eyes. That face is just freaking money. I cannot believe it. And the stance is like perfect too. So the cool thing is with 3.75, you have the vehicles that you can play with, and then the playset. Honestly, I think kids would love this scale. You know, because they're smaller. They're smaller. They have smaller hands. For them, this scale is just big enough. You know. It's I don't know why people keep saying the 3.75 line is dying, and it probably is. But I just don't know why, because such an awesome figure. Anyway, that's it for my review of Ahsoka Tano in the Peridian costume, Cal Kestis in some sort of Imperial costume, and the Mandolorian Super Commando. And I definitely am very like just seeing this because I'm already good with my 3.75 vintage collection. So I that's not in my radar of what I want to get right now. But seeing this just kind of like invigorates my collecting mojo, I guess. And kind of like, man, if it's this good, I want to see what else is out there and put in my collection. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys again soon, and have a nice day. Bye.